This is gonna be a quick one. Because I only had movement today because the voice lecturer is moving house today. So we only had movement today. And we did some really fun, interesting stuff in movement in. No, not movement. What am I talking about? It's not movement. It's physical theatre. Physical theatre. Theatre. Get it right, for crying out loud. Alright, so yes, physical theatre. And first thing we started off doing in physical theatre was we had a little... Actually, we did quite a few things that could be classified as games today, but the first one we did was we were in a circle, and while throwing the ball to someone, we were also passing a big heavy stick around and chucking a box to the person to the side, which was quite fun, and we were doing quite well right up until people started to try and speed up. Then things went downhill. I mean, I personally think that it probably would have been a better idea if we had just kept with the one speed, but hey, what do I know? Okay, after that we did a kind of flop. I know that's not very descriptive, but basically had to let's go back a bit. You had to just, with your arms up, sort of flop down onto the floor, and then while breathing out and then breathing in, you went up, and that helps build your abdominal muscles up. That's why the Japanese have such strong abdominal muscles, because they're bowing all the time. So they use them a lot. So there you are. That's the Japanese secret. Bow to people a lot. What else did we do? Oh yes, we did a rather fun follow the thing. Oh no! Before we did that, I remember we did a little thing where we had an imaginary ball, and what we had to do is we had to throw it and catch it, and feel like it. We felt the weight, so you could feel the strain. And as you did that, try and keep the feeling of when you throw it, because when you throw it, you kind of feel high. So you try and keep that and walk around while doing it, and then walk normally and try and find out what the difference is. Okay. And after that, then we had the finger thing, which was pretty much probably the main thing of the day, I'd say. And basically, what we did was he took the finger in pairs. One person was leading at first, anyway. Right, and basically, you had to follow the finger and do whatever it took to keep the same amount of distance from your face as the finger. So if the finger went that way, you went backwards. Go that way forwards, and follow, and you get the general idea. I did lots of variants. That was really fun. But the most fun we had with it was when I was working with two people. I made one person crouch down and wait, and other person bend over that person, so it formed like an arc bridge. That was quite funny. I also got a little bit of a special mention to show how the controlling game worked, because what we did after that was we had a little game where where one person was really hungry, and they had to shout like ah, and they couldn't form coherent words. They just had to make noises or words that didn't make any sense. So it did that, and what the other person had to do was say explain the type of meal that they would be having, and Simon, the lecturer, pointed to me and Finley to say this is how it should be done, because I had this awesome way where I go up to their ear and whisper it. say of how wonderful it was, how the mashed potato and the gravy slurp together, how it slides down your throat and warms you. Ah, the power! The power! Probably shouldn't do that. Probably going to strain my vocal folds if I do that. Right, and the final thing we did today was a little thing where it was kind of an exercise to prove that people will often perceive things in facial expressions and body movement, which of course they do. That's probably not particularly surprising. What it means is like have the person when the two people set off and meet in the middle, they have no intentions, but they have to at one point look at the audience, and the audience would look at them doing it, look as they shake hands and everything, and would decide what their intentions were. And there were no actual intentions. It was just people making facial expressions, and that was it. And that was all we did today, because it was only 2.5 hour session today, and that was it. So yeah, it'll probably be longer tomorrow because I've got acting and movement. I do have movement tomorrow. So yeah, see you then.